All right, so let's go ahead and get to this main topic of tonight because I wanted to go kind of quick with the other videos because these next two videos are going to be a little bit lengthy. So I want to make sure we have enough time to go into this because I think this one is going to be it's not going to be necessarily controversial on this aspect. This is more so empowerment for people out here in the world, and it kind of goes towards that video of that 40-year-old too, right? But this is more of an empowerment, you know what I'm saying? Looking at things from a different perspective and understanding what it actually takes to become a top dog, right? So we're gonna get into this, and then if y'all got anything y'all want me to stop and answer, or if you want me to pause it to ask me a question, whatever the case may be, if you want me to stop to read a super chat, whatever the case, you do that. But let's go ahead and get into this video, all right? Oh shit, here we go.
Falling. That's where the real beacon of light presented itself through ideas of my friends. You should do stand up because
that's
you're
a
funny.
fact, boy, city. I got you.
You should try stand up.
Do you remember where you were when they said that?
At my workplace. I'm working every day. I'm on the floor.
And a colleague of yours at work.
Colleague, Alice, colleague of mine that I work with.
What did your brain think when she said that? Was it just blowing on a fire that was kind of already there, or was it lighting the fire?
No, I think the fire was lit. Like I never thought about pursuing stand-up comedy prior to. Like the idea came up. I was always funny, but I wasn't like, man, I got to figure out how to become a comedian. That was never a thought. I knew that I was very funny. I knew that I was entertaining. I knew that I could make people laugh. I love being the center of attention. I love the idea of a stage and a light. But that wasn't the thing. I wasn't like, I got it. And this is what it's going to do. It was presented, and then I went and did the amateur night, and that's when I fell in love.
Why did you like the stage and the light? And why did you like performing?
The laugh.
Why?
There's nothing better than to laugh. There's nothing better than being on stage, having the bright light, and the only energy of good that you're able to take away from what you're doing is the laugh. Ha! Ha! Hearing people laugh, I was like, oh shit. That feels different.
Why?
This is energizing. This is like...
How does it make you feel about you?
Wow, boys.
I feel like I'm doing a service of good. If I can make people feel better, if I can brighten up your day, it's a service of good. That means I'm like a shepherd of some sort. I am responsible for making people feel better. Oh my God, that means in success, I can bring people to one destination. Everybody can share a moment and a laugh and all relate that it came from me. Oh my God, this can get global. This can get bigger. Well, this is starting to change now. Oh, wow. Wait, this has opened up doors for me to do this or that or this or that. It all started with the laugh. It all started with the stage.
So you went to that comedy show. I've got a...
I will say this. And I can relate to that in a sense because one of the reasons why I even started doing these YouTube videos is because before I was doing, comedy dad type shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do the funny comedy dad shit. It was cool. But I think that too much thought in that regard came to. I was like, all right, bro, would this shit be long term if I did it, right? Would it be long term? Cool. I got my moments when I can be funny, but you talking about being funny right out the gate, moment, you know what I'm saying? I got moments where, I'm momentarily funny, I'm situational funny. In that sense, the way that I look at certain things. But having to constantly come up with new material, constantly come up with different ideas on what I can say or what I can do, I was like, yeah, that shit gonna get exhausting. So one day my homie hit me up. Well, the same guy who has the consulting business, Nicholas, he hit me up. He was like, and I think at this time he was in, where the fuck was he at? I know he was overseas somewhere. He was overseas. Fuck, where the fuck was it? It started with a P. I forgot. It ain't Poland. I forgot where else. But he was over there and he hit me up. He's like, bro, I was just thinking, man. I was out here just walking the street and I was thinking, he's like, bro, you should just stop doing the comedy dad shit and go do your controversial shit. He's like, that's the shit that you dwell in. Like, just go talk your talk. Like, just go do your shit. And I was like, I'm like, why you say that? He's like, because it's like, I've seen some of your content. It's like, yeah, the funny dad shit is cool, but I don't think that's gonna be everlasting. I don't think that's gonna be something that you gonna endure. I don't think that's something that you're gonna continue to keep doing. You're gonna fall off. He said, but this other shit, it's like you be on top of it. Like there's always topics to talk about. There's always something to give your thoughts and opinions on. There's always something on it. He's like, and I think that you'll be good in it. I think that you'll do really good. I was like, all right. And so really, to be honest with y'all, that was a relief for me because I'm like, all right, bet. So now I can dive into this shit and really, really go hard and really build something. Because when I started diving into it, and I kid you not, Bull City, because I already knew who Anton was. Right? I was watching his content, but I wasn't heavy into Anton. Until I believe 3 years ago. Like 3 years ago. And I really started to pay attention to his content and what he does and how he does it. I'm just like, damn. I said, the shit he doing, like he talking about topics, but he giving it from his thoughts and his own opinions. And people really fucking with him. Like real shit. Like he not here doing extravagant shit. His content isn't, it's crazy edits. He ain't doing all this extra shit. He keeping it simple, but people still rocking with his shit. I'm like, damn. I'm like, that's some shit I want to do. Like I can go in here, I can talk my talk about different topics, different opinions, and I can give my thoughts on it, and I can go in on the shit. And eventually, I'm gonna have people that's gonna rock with me. They may not always agree with me, but they gonna rock with me. And so here we are today. But how many? I think we'll be a year and some change, 2 years, almost some shit like that, doing this. Like, come on, bro. And then after getting coaching calls and shit, just understanding the game and understanding everything on the back end is like, all right, cool. You give the good content, but now it's everything that comes, it's everything encompassing on the back end that you got to do. So once I start figuring that shit out, and I'm still figuring different things out, learning how to implement and do different things, I'm like, oh shit. So I'm really enjoying this shit. I'm really loving doing this shit. Like I truly enjoy it. I get excited as fuck when I know I got a live stream. Real talk.
I was looking at some of those early clips of you performing. It's funny because I think this is the early 2000s.
Okay.
But I mean, you probably...
Oh my God, Caroline's, this right here, my best set in the beginning of my career.
Everything I said for tonight is a joke, okay? It is nothing else. I don't want nobody taking none of this stuff too serious.
I don't want nobody coming up to me after the show saying, who's the funny one now? Yeah. That tape. So that was when, the thing I needed was a tape.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I needed the tape was so that I could send it to the other comedy clubs so that they can have an example of me, my talent, and then dictate or judge if I can get a live audition in person.
And how old are you at that point?
Oh my God, right there, I'm like 18, 19.
That's crazy.
Damn.
18, 19 years old.
19, that's crazy.
Because that clip is so funny. I watched it this morning and I was dying.
If you could understand the feeling of getting off that stage, having a good set, and then them putting the tape in my hand, it was gold. I got it. I got a good tape. I got to go make copies of my tape, and I just got to send them to everybody. I just used to Because it was value. It was value. Started getting in comedy clubs, started getting auditions, started getting more. Oh my God, Kevin's up for an audition, movie audition, casting directors, they all got that tape. Everybody got that tape.
From that period onwards, from 18 to, let's say, to your early 20s, you were, at this point, a very motivated individual. You're working hard. You're focused.
Very.
And what was when you speak to your mum and your dad at this point about comedy, do they think that's a serious career?
My dad, not as much, because I didn't really talk to my dad through these years. That's when my dad was kind of dealing with his world of issues. My mom, we had an agreement. I had a certain amount of time to make comedy make sense and figure out a way to support myself. If I didn't do it, then I had to go with my mom's idea, which was education and getting a job while getting my education. My plan didn't involve college. I'm out. I'm done. No more community. This is what I want to do. I got it. I've never been more excited about my future. This is it for me. How you gonna make your money, Kevin? I'm gonna figure it out. How you gonna figure it out? I'm gonna figure it out though. I'm just gonna go down to the comedy clubs, and I've been winning the amateur nights. I think the amateur nights can help me pay for my rent because I was winning the amateur nights. I won a bunch of them in a row. In my mind, it wasn't hard. It wasn't gonna be hard because there was no other option. All my eggs were in this basket, and I was very happy with that choice. I put every last egg in this thing. Nothing else matters but this. I promise you, I will figure it out.
Can you draw me a picture? If your career was a graph, okay, so I'm going to say here is 18 years old and you're 40.
Basically, he just bet on himself. He bet on himself. Like, listen, I know what it is I need to do. I know what it is I want to do. Now he just had to bet on himself, and that's exactly what he did.
46 now. So you're 46 now. This is the axis of this graph. And on this axis, we have, let's say, success. And on this axis, we have age. Can you draw me a line that shows how
success and age? Okay, so success for me, knowing what I want to do in life comes here.
Yeah.
All right. Now figuring out how to get to like money, revenue, just supporting yourself through telling a joke. Man, let's go here for a second. We flatlining, okay? Like I'm making people laugh. I'm getting in some comedy clubs, but you're gonna get paid with food. But then something weird happens where you start figuring out, oh wait, here's kind of where the spots come in. I can make money on the weekends, and I can get $20 to $25 a spot. So rather than doing one spot, I would do, let's just say in a weekend, I got to the point where I was doing 25 to 28 sets.
Damn.
A weekend.
Wow.
Well, I started making $500 a week, $400 a week.
How many years in is this that you started making 500?
18, let's say 22.
Yeah.
So I was driving from Philadelphia to New York every day. But because of that, now you got to get into a comedy festival. All right. So now let's start to go here because we did these spots for a while. But then I got on a comedy festival. Oh, shit. I got on a comedy festival. But that's when the industry saw me. Who's this new guy? Who's this guy with all this energy? Who's this fucking guy? This guy here, he's got something. All right. So I started meetings, general meetings, and now I get a holding deal. So let's go up a little bit. I think it was ABC. They gave me like 250 grand. So they're holding you in hopes they get something. Nothing happened. So we're flatlining here. Now I'm just waiting for the phone to ring. That's how this works. What if I want to create my own thing?
Before he gets to it, do y'all see what's going on here? Do you understand and see that timeline that he's doing, that he drew up, that he's drawn up so far? I've been doing it longer than you, and asked you a question 2 days ago. Hold on, what you asked me, bro? Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did ask me a question. Yep, facts. You did. That's a fact. You damn sure did. And that's my thing. I'm willing to help, bro. Because we all don't know everything. I'm still learning shit. I'm still learning different new things. And there's other things that other people don't know. And so if I know some shit, I'm not gonna say, hey, bro, you gotta pay me for it. In that aspect, I'm like, hey, bro, yeah, I got you. Like, what is it that you need? Just like I reach out to you, I say, oh yeah, this is how you do it. This is what I'm using. And so, but in this aspect here, do y'all see? It's not just like this. It's not. It's going like this, but here's the thing. It's like this. Boom, 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 boom. So while it is trending up, but it's still up, flatline, up, flatline, up, flatline, up, flatline. But there's a new obstacle each and every time. Every time you level up, there's a new obstacle that you got to overcome. So when he was, and plus you got to work, you got to be consistent. You got to put in the fucking hours. You got to fucking grind it out. I'm sorry, bro, for the ones who make, yeah, there are going to be some people who slip through the cracks, and they're going to be the ones that they get the shit easy. It's like, fuck, bro. And so now it may fuck with your mental a little bit, but this is where you got to build that callus of like, nah, fuck that. I'm on my own. I'm in my own lane, bro. I'm in my own lane. Cool. I'm proud of them. That's great for them. They're doing their thing, but I got to focus on what I got going on over here. Right? I got to focus on this. I got to focus on this. And so now I'm focused on my shit. There's still going to be obstacles. Just because I'm focused, that don't mean I'm not going to I'm not going to come against any obstacles. Because every new level that you get to, even in video games, even though you may have got past one level, there's still another level that you got to go to. And you got to overcome those obstacles too. So either way, none of this shit is happening overnight. Buddy said he's been doing it since 18, 19. How old is Kevin Hart? 40-something years old now? So he been in the game for a long fucking time. And mind you, he wasn't the only comedian. He wasn't the only fucking comedian in his time, anyone else doing it. But I guarantee you the reason that he became successful in the things that he's doing now is because he outworked motherfuckers. He focused on what he had to do and he put forth the effort to do it. Plus more other things that's coming to that we're about to play.
Create a show. Oh my God. Show gets picked up. I create something else. They decide to do it. Oh shit, there's a pattern. I can do that as much as I want. I can treat that just how I was treating the spots and stuff in New York. I'm out. I'm moving to LA. No plan, no nothing. Flatline. I'm here. I just did it. I just came and moved out. Fuck, man, this is weird. I don't like this. Work. I'm not getting no work, man. This shit is real stagnant. I'm going on the road. I want to work the road. I'm going to be a headliner. I'm going to do colleges. So I'm going to get college money and comedy club money, and I'm going to do it. I worked that for a very long time, right? Very, very long time, to the point where now I'm selling out comedy clubs. After I started selling out comedy clubs, my person at the time was like, yo, we can probably do theaters. You're adding a lot of shows.
Are you a millionaire at this point?
No. I'm just an active comic. The next stage of success, right, was let's go from comedy clubs to theaters. All right? Boom. Let's go here, then let's go up again. Theaters start selling out real quick. Oh, fuck. Let's go from theaters, right, to like arenas. Oh, shit. Will Packer, he was like, I got this book that I want to make a movie. It's called Think Like a Man. Steve Harvey wrote it. I think you're funny as hell. I've been tracking you on tour. I want you to be the star. We film it. Think Like a Man comes out. Think Like a Man did $90-something million in the box office. And Will says, hey, man, working with you is great. Let's do something else. I got this movie called Ride Along. You and Ice Cube would be great. Boom. Ride Along does 140.
My favorite
like movie. The movies just started. The pow, 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 pow. Get Hard, Central Intelligence. Me.
I ain't gonna lie. All of these that he named, all these movies, man, I could watch some shit over and over again. Like those are like my top movies. Those are some of my top movies. Like real talk. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm a huge fan of Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson too. But I'm a huge fan of Kevin Hart. Real talk. Not just for the comedy, not for the acting shit, but also his work ethic, bro. That shit's crazy. Shit's magnetic, dog.
I mean, it just happened so fast. So now, because the movies are working, I'm like, this is so cool. But while this is happening, I should figure out like how to kind of create
night school too. I watched that last night.
My own source of like opportunity. Like people keep bringing opportunities to me. How do I create my own source of opportunity? I'm going to start a production company.
Teddy.
I need to start developing. But now I'm like, I created that. Let's create something else. So then I say, let's go like Heartbeat Ventures and let's do a VC. Oh man, I'm creating a bunch of stuff. Hey, these entities around me, it's all happening because my likeness allows me to get in these rooms and start relationships and put myself in a position to make deals and create long-term revenue. How do I get more of that? Wow. Like NASCAR, people attach themselves to the car that they think is doing the best. I'm a car. I should have brand partnerships. Chase, DraftKings, Fabletics. I should have my own brands and businesses that I'm building where more opportunity for long-term revenue can present itself. Gran Cormino, wine, spirits. Now, oh wow, I've grabbed this concept of business control ownership and mirrored it with Kevin's drive and entertainment and visibility, leverage that to get me into the rooms where I may not be as visible or as strong, but once I'm embedded into these environments, I can bring them value. I can help amplify or uplift their brands, their products. So my case study of Fabletics, of DraftKings before I got there versus after I got there, Chase, financial literacy, like C4, like these are things where I'm now, well, I'm not just a partner, I'm an owner, I'm an endorser, I'm an ambassador. Yeah, oh, wow, this is where the real money is made. The ecosystem of life. How do you put yourself in a position to be a part of everyday movement in life? You're looking at things at a much granular scale. And now I go way back here to when I was like not really focusing, not thinking about life, not thinking about how things connect. I'm now able to tap into the lessons that my mom gave. And I'm like, all good things that happen when they're supposed to, but now I'm poised and polished enough with a mindset that understands, well, I don't want to start something that I'm not going to finish. So if I'm going to put myself in position to do these things, how do I make sure that my partners know I'm willing to give my all?
And so, man, you want to know why this shit is so profound? And again, you know I keep mentioning them, and it's because I'm gonna be the one that's gonna continue to keep saying. I know people going, oh, bro, you just trying to. Yes, I take the blueprints of other people who are successful in what they're doing, and then I implement it into my own shit. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? But here's the key though, and I hope a lot of y'all caught it. The key factor in all of that is him. And what do I mean by that? He's the brand, not the comedy, not the movies. Him. He's the brand. He's the value that he's added through his comedy. Who he is has led him to these different sponsorships and spaces that he would not be in otherwise. And so when I look at things like that, I look at it from that standpoint, but I also look at it from other people who are doing it as well. Because we get so focused on just doing the content, we're not thinking outside the box. We're not thinking bigger. I'm thinking bigger. I understand that I'm the brand. Courtney Edgar is the brand, which is one of the reasons why I didn't give no nickname. It's Courtney Edgar. So therefore it becomes a household name. You see Courtney Edgar. Not many people out here in this world that you know named Courtney Edgar. It's not. You may know some Courtneys. You may even know some Edgars with the first name Edgar, but you do not know a Courtney Edgar at all. You don't. You don't know a Courtney Edgar. You don't. And so that's something that I can use to my advantage. That's something I can use to my advantage. It's going to take time, but again, this is where I'm in the stage of the work. I'm in the stage of I'm in the mud right now. I'm building something. I'm slowly building something. I'm building. Because this is a long-term play. Because eventually, once I hit a certain, all it takes is a certain threshold. A certain threshold that I need to hit, and then boom, shit just gonna start popping off. You're like, bro, what the fuck is going on? I see this nigga everywhere now.
How do I show that I'm not going to quit? Which back here, my mom's biggest lesson was you're not quitting. If you start it, you're going to finish it.
Right.
So how do I make my partners that I'm now saying you should work with me? How do I make Netflix secure in knowing that when you get me, you get 100% of me, and that I'm never going to quit. I'm going to finish it all. Yep. How do I make my other studio affiliates understand and working with Heartbeat, it is in my best interest to bring you great product, great material, so that you understand what we do so that we can continue to drive a business that has the best interest for both of us. Yep. How do I sell you on that? So now my business of sell mirrors and matches my business of grow. Nothing that I'm doing doesn't go hand in hand. And I should be able to embed the products or the partnerships that I'm now operationally attached to into the ecosystem of entertainment. So if I have a C4 can and I'm doing an activation and health and wellness, well, C4 is my partner. I should integrate you in this opportunity. Hey, my movie, we have an opportunity to basically wear product. I should be in Fabletics in this scene because this makes my partner feel valued and positioned. Oh, wow, this is what I do. I elevate. I basically navigate my space of ownership in a way like only I can to elevate my partners so that my partners go and say, you're different, this is different, and this is what we need more of. That's my graph.
I've got some questions about the graph. So I guess the parts that I'm curious about are this initial period when you're 18 where nothing's really happening.
Nothing.
Because so many of my listeners, probably most of them, are in some pursuit or sort of professional endeavor in their life in this kind of stagnant moment where maybe they enjoy it, but it ain't paying the bills. Yeah. No one believes in them. Yeah. Maybe some of their friends are rolling their eyes when they tell them what they're doing. Yeah. When you look back on this season of life, what is that season and how'd you get through it?
Nobody believed that I was funny when I said I was going to be a comedian. They were like, you funny, but not comedian funny. My friends were, yeah, but what do you mean you're going to get on stage? What do you mean? I'm going to get on stage. I'm going to be a comedian. Yeah, but how? Eddie Murphy. I'm going to be a comedian. Yeah, but you're never going to be Eddie Murphy. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying I'm going to do it. I'm going to be a star. No. I don't know, man. I don't know about the whole star thing. I think you're tripping. I don't think that's it. Nobody has the confidence in the decisions that you're making for yourself like you do. So if you're waiting for that to connect in the beginning stages, it may or may not. If it doesn't, it shouldn't prevent you from following through on whatever the line of go is for you. The money is never coming fast. We're in the time.
Oh, let me pause right there. I got to read this one. He must have been listening a lot when Shaq was talking and implemented it. Shaq only takes equity share for endorsements. Every commercial he is in, he owns a portion of that company. Yep. That's exactly what it sounds like, right? That's exactly what it sounds like. He may take a little bit. He may take a smaller payment, but he definitely puts emphasis on the equity of the company. Like, nah, like I see where y'all going. I feel you, but I want some equity. I want the equity because this shit is gonna continue to play just kind of like this. This is, bro, man, fuck. This is why I am so adamant about building this YouTube channel. I'm sorry, bro. Let me get into this shit real quick. This is why I'm so adamant about building this YouTube channel, because the opportunities are endless. This live stream is going to be here forever. The videos that I make are going to be here forever. Right? So the only thing that we focus on is the growth and where it's going. The value that I'm adding, the value that I'm adding in real time. What up, Blue Eyes? What up, Blue Eyes? The value that I'm adding in real time. And so I'm only going to get better from here. I'm only going to get more visibility from here. I'm only going to continue to keep going up from here. And so the value that I'm adding is like, oh, bro, look at the eyes. Like, look at the eyes that I'm getting on this shit. Look at my views. Look at my subscriber count in the past 28 days. Look at, you know what I'm saying? Look at the retention. Look at the retention. Look at all these different things that I'm having here. Mind you, I'm doing YouTube. I'm doing live streams. So then when you add the live streams on top of the long form content, as I continue to grow, it's like, hey man, this guy got something. This guy has something. We need to tap in with him. And so now, because you already seen the value, I'm like, listen, bro, why not work with me? I can give you the value. When I'm on my live streams, I can have, like basically what he was talking about, product placement. That's all it is. So I may have, depending on what it is, I may have it somewhere. It may be in a cup, or it may be on the cup, or it may be the necklace, or it may be the sweater, or it may be something that where you can see the brand and the logo. So that way it's getting visibility, it's getting noticed, it's getting noticed. And because I am the brand, because I built myself up to be a bigger brand and be a household name, just because of the fact that I have it on, people are gonna want it. They're like, hey man, what the fuck is that he got on? How the fuck do I get that? It's kind of like Anton Dames when he got the bag chaser hat, or when he talk about the Teach Hanley. A lot of people are going to the Teach Hanley shit. It's like, fuck. And so I'm looking at it the same way. And mind you, people only thinking small-minded when they think about the Chase, like he was talking about, the Chase Banks, the Fabletics, and all these different companies. There are smaller companies that you don't even know about that's ready to invest in you. That are ready to invest in smaller content creators. They just got to find you, or vice versa. You find them. Be prepared. Let them know. Like, listen, these are my numbers. These are my numbers month after month. I'm only trending up. I ain't going down. I'm only trending up. This is what you get. I'm thinking long term. I ain't thinking short term. I'm not thinking to making a play with you for the next 90 days. I'm thinking about a long-term friendship here. Long-term partnership. What's up? Jump on the train now. Because guess what? If you decide not to jump on this train now, do understand, as I get bigger, the price of the brick is going to go up. So it's best if you invest now and get this value that I'm going to be adding. Because once I get to that point, yeah, you better believe I'm going to be asking for an egregious amount. Rightfully so.
Time today where this generation has found ways to make money in an entrepreneurial manner that we've never seen before. Like the social media machine and how this generation navigates that machine to find.
Hey, bubblegum shrimp. Hey, bubblegum shrimp. We got jumbo shrimp. We got small shrimp. We got. Listen, I'm telling you, a household name, dog.
Revenue, and to own is unbelievable. That didn't exist. We didn't have that. Like in my time, we didn't have that. We just had the struggle.
Facts.
And the struggle left you with days of like literally sitting in the living room going, what the fuck, man?
So why didn't you quit? Because no money, everyone's doubting it. What were you believing in?
I was believing in the idea that I finally found the thing that I want to do.
So it was passion that was really you anchored to.
I found the thing that I want to do.
Yep.
And I'm not going to quit it because I love it this much. And I strongly believe that the sun is at the end of this dark tunnel. Yep. But I got to be willing to get there. And I just don't know how to get there yet. But I'm going to figure it out. That's why I'm going to LA. I was in New York, but after New York, they say go to LA. I'm gone. What you gonna do when you get there? I'll figure it out. I can always get on the plane and fly where I gotta go for stand-up if that's the case. I can always go and make money doing stand-up if I have to, but I'm not gonna get to the star by just doing that. I gotta go there. I gotta get close to it.
Yep.
I gotta smell it. I gotta feel it. I gotta find out where the people are that are trying to do it too. I gotta get acting classes. I gotta get around the Hollywood. Like, what is Hollywood? I gotta get there. And what happens when you're there, it fuels another appetite of hunger.
Yep.
Because I'm there and in real time, I'm seeing people better. I remember, I tell this Cat Williams story, and I don't even think I told Cat this. There was a moment where I was opening for Cat Williams, and I remember being at the BET Comedy Awards, and I'm in attendance, and this is like, you know, I'd had a couple of shots at some things, but they just, you know, the things weren't sticking. Like the pilots that I thought were going to hit weren't going to hit. The things that I thought were going to happen, they just weren't. It just didn't seem like it was adding up, right? Like the roles are little small roles or little small cameos, but like it wasn't the thing. And I remember Cat Williams' set during the BET Comedy Awards. He had like a leopard suit, destroyed the Comedy Awards, destroyed this moment. And audience goes crazy, stands up. I remember being in the audience and I was like, that's it. I said, like, that's the thing. That thing, that reaction, that roar, that moment. I got to be patient because my moment is going to come. I witnessed his moment. And after that moment, it was Friday After Next, you know, he went on and started to do crazy things in his career, right? But I witnessed the moment. And in that moment, my takeaway was that he was ready for the moment. His material, the jokes, everything, it all hit. And I didn't watch it in a manner of like jealous or angry. I was like, that's it. Like, he's probably out of here after this. I mean, it's the BET Comedy Awards at the time. I'm like, this is the biggest thing ever, right? This is the Comedy Awards. By the way, they never did the Comedy Awards again. I think this was like the last one that they did. But that moment, if the ball is dropped in that moment, then the moment goes. You don't know when the moment is presenting itself.
Yeah.
But I'm staying with the thing because I know that the moment is going to come. And when I'm in the moment, if I knock that fucking moment out the park, all things will change. But you may not know it. You may not know when the moment comes.
When did your moment come?
Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam.
I remember this one.
The reason why I equated with the story with Cat. I believe it was Tommy Davidson. It was D-Ray. Cedric the Entertainer was the host. I headlined it. I end up having one of the best sets that I've ever had.
I remember that.
And at the end of the Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam, I say goodnight and they do like a slow motion walk-off.
It was a great show.
It's a slow motion thing, and it's like I'm walking, the crowd stands up, And they're going crazy. By the way, I don't know the slow motion walk off is going to happen in the edit of the special, but I remember in real time, crowds standing up, stars were there, everybody was there, right? And in that moment, show you how fucking crazy the world is. This is why I hate that, like, me and Kat went through our stuff and we're much better now. I'm gonna show you how the world aligns. Kat was in the audience, the Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam, and Kat was watching the show. He was just there as a fan, but at this time, everything big is happening, and I had a moment, and that was the moment that then took me and shot me out the cannon. And if I wasn't prepared for the moment, and I wouldn't have known all the things to come. Okay, but that then set up, I was releasing my special Seriously Funny. I was taping in 2 weeks. So Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam goes, they rush to put it out, it crushes. I then tape my comedy special. Seriously Funny was my next special.
That shit was great too.
Seriously Funny destroys.
Yeah, it did.
But it only destroyed because of Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam and the audience that watched that. And I was like, oh my God, this guy showed up in droves for Seriously Funny. And then Seriously Funny was like, oh shit, this big ass special.
Yep.
And then the arenas and everything, boom, 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 boom.
So about 12, 13 years from the moment you did your first sort of stand-up event.
So with that too, take into consideration what he's saying as well. Preparation meets opportunity. This is where preparation meets opportunity. Mind you, he was doing this shit for years. Doing this shit for years. He didn't say he was making a lot of money. He said he wasn't even a millionaire yet. He wasn't even a millionaire yet. Before he started to get the deals with the ride-alongs, the Central Intelligence, the think like a man, the act like a man, think like a woman, whatever what you call it, act like a woman, think like a man. About last night, all of those shit before that, he wasn't even a millionaire yet. Cause y'all remember him from little small joints like 40-Year-Old Virgin and all of those different. We had little small little roles. Wasn't even a millionaire yet. But the fact of the matter is, because he's been doing it for so long and he continued to perfect his craft and learn from other individuals and continue to build and keep growing because he loved what he did. He naturally enjoyed it. Enjoyed doing what he was doing. Facts. Preparation plus opportunity is the formula that equals luck. Facts. So when people say luck, just understand it ain't just luck because it fell in your lap. It's because you were preparing for this shit for a long fucking time. Whether you knew it or not, you've been preparing for this shit. So when that opportunity comes, that's why you don't know when the opportunity comes. You realize it after the fact, but in that moment, you don't realize it because you're in the moment. So who knows when Courtney Edgar's moment is gonna come? But the thing is, I'm preparing myself now. That's why I continue to keep showing up. That's why I continue to keep trying to find new ways. That's why I continue to engage with the people in the comments. That's why I'm doing different things on the back end. I'm preparing myself for that time when it actually happens. Learning different things that I didn't know before. Figuring out what the other people are doing so that way I can maybe implement it and making it turn into my own, or figuring things out that other people don't know so that way I can leverage myself even better or do it faster, whatever the case may be. But it's always the preparation. It's always the fact of just growing and building and understanding. Because now I truly understand. I can truly understand what it means to enjoy the shit that you was doing. Before I got the 1,000 subscribers, before I started to get a little money off of the YouTube channels, before that, I was enjoying this shit. And I still am to this day. And I'm enjoying it even more now. Like, I don't think y'all understand when I say it's time to live stream, when I know it's the day to live stream, nigga, I get excited as fuck. I'm like, hell yeah, bro. I'm finna go crazy tonight. I enjoy this shit. And you can see it, you can tell. I enjoy it. And so I understand where he's coming from when he found his thing. When he found his thing, he was like, yep, I'm sticking with this. I'm seeing this shit through. I'm seeing this shit through. I'm not quitting. That's how I feel about this YouTube channel. I'm seeing this shit through because now I got other people that's rocking with me. I got other people that's gonna be dependent upon me. So now I really gotta make sure I'm on point with this shit. It's facts.
Event, you having your moment. And I find that fascinating because those 13 years, most people aren't willing to do something for 13 years without their moment showing up. Like when you hear, like, I don't know, shit on Instagram or quotes, or you watch motivational videos and stuff, if they told you that it would take 13 years for you to have your moment, almost nobody would take part.
Nobody. No.
But those 13 years of your training.
I mean, so Scooter Braun told me one time, he was like, what makes him different is the work that he's willing to do in something. And he was like, you know, if they were giving out like $1 million for somebody that can hit a fastball pitch, you know, from the best pitcher in baseball, right? And this thing would basically require everybody's going to go and try to hit this because everybody wants the $1 million. So the first day of the announcement, the line to hit this pitch is going to be
facts, bro.
Droves, right? Like, I mean, millions of people. Who knows how many people will be in this line? And people will go up and strike out. And after that, they would go, damn, it's over. Like, I missed. Not many people would like miss and then go stand back in line to go hit the ball again.
Yep.
He was like, I'm going to keep getting in line. What you'll find is that the line will get smaller and smaller because of how many people are dropping out and optioning not to wait and do the hard thing again. That comparison to that.
Good morning, everybody. We are here to discuss the
world of understanding is like something that equates to life very well, right? Not many people are going to wait through the 13 years of like bullshit, hard shit. Most people opt out at year 2, maybe 3. No money, whatever. I need to figure something else out. Year 6, fuck this, man. Stupid. What am I doing? Why am I doing it? Right? I'm going to go find the quick avenue or the quick return. Because money is that's what it boils down to for most people. Where's the money? Where am I making the money? When the money comes, it comes.
Yep.
What you find is that it's not hard to make money. Once you start making money, you learn
all right, Jared,
how to make money. Like it comes with education. It comes with understanding, and it comes with a better resource of mind that makes you go.
Man, hold on. Man, you said some shit then. Bull City. That was my thought process in getting into real estate at 24. My peers are going to quit either quit or die, and that would be the last man standing. Man, you ain't lying. Listen, that's how I'm looking at this thing now. Because again, I said this earlier. When Kevin Hart started, it wasn't like he was the only comedian out here in the world trying to be a comedian. It was not like he was the only one. Just as if you see many people trying to be actors. There's so many. Just as if you see many TikTokers, there's so many. Just as if you see many YouTubers, there's so many. But the ones that end up staying, the ones that end up becoming the ones that the success overnight people are the ones who continue to go through the shit, continue to see the shit through. I can give y'all a backstory. That's why we became friends. I see that in you. Hey man, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. And one of the here's the thing too, Bull City. And the reason why I resonate so much with it is because I've started a lot of things that I didn't finish. I started a lot of things that I didn't finish. So I'll give you some examples. You and I, we talk basketball, right? I can blame anything on situation, environment, coaches, whomever, right? But the person that I didn't want to blame was me. And that was the main person to blame. Why I didn't become successful in my own right playing basketball. And when I say successful, I'm not talking about NBA, but I could have gone pro in regards to overseas play. I could have taken that route, but my head was so filled in my own bullshit that I thought because certain coaches didn't see certain shit in me. Oh, well, you ain't 6'6", so like, so fucking what? So yeah, that put a damper in my confidence. Like, damn, nigga, like, yeah, I'm 5'9", but I'm busting your 6'4" point guard. What do you mean? I'm busting his ass. He can't guard me. Yeah, he's 6'4". Means nothing to me. I'm busting his ass. Don't mean nothing to me. I got brothers that's taller than me. I had to go against that shit my whole life. So why the fuck does that matter now because he's 6'4"? I don't give a fuck. My brother could jump too. So I had to learn how to get a bucket around him because he said, listen, bro, one thing's for sure is that's how I learned how to develop a shot. That's how I learned how to develop a floater. That's how I learned how to develop a jump shot. Because I'm like, all right, my brother can jump. He already tall enough, but this nigga can jump too. So I got to figure out ways how to be damn near like another Kyrie. Learn how to finagle up on the basket. Come here. Or learn how to just stop and pop. Come here. I got you. Don't worry about it. You block my shit. Too easy. Come here. Oh, you think you finna get this? Floater. You can't get that. That bitch too high for you. You can't get that. So I learned that. So I adjusted. And so that I became crazy in that. So when I'm going against 6'5" guards or 6 feet guards, whatever the case may be, because I was already quick and I got hands, I could shoot that bitch. So I could play with one or the two. It didn't matter. But also I'm broad too, though. So I wasn't no Charles Barkley, but I'm talking about shoulder wise. I was a little broad, so I can come here. Because my brothers always played physical with me. So I learned how to be physical, learn how to use my body, but also learn how to finesse at times too. So I had all of that. But then once all of that shit went down, once all that shit went away, he said, typed it before you said it with the floater comment, the floater. I'm telling you, bro, I was crazy with that floater. They used to get pissed off. Oh, you think you got one? I'm talking about from the free throw line floater. Come here. They were like, what the fuck? Hey, you ain't gonna get it. But then after that, then I went into the military, done my thing, done my time there. It was cool. Nothing happened. Did what I had to do, did what I needed to do, went overseas, done our time, got out, right? Then got out and I'm like, all right, what the fuck I'm gonna do now? Can't hoop. Well, I ain't gonna say I can't hoop. I was still hooping. I just playing pickup games and shit like that. Really heavy into it. But I'm like, I need to figure out, had this whole motivational mindset thing going, talking about motivational speaking because I see other guys doing it, they're talking, they're being positive. I'm like, these niggas getting paid this much money to do positive, to just talk positive in front of thousands of fucking people, and they getting paid an egregious amount of money. So I started looking at it that way. So I started making little motivational posts on Facebook and shit like that. Like, oh, let me start doing this. Maybe one video may just take the fuck off. But I didn't stick with it. Boom. So then I started to do these little MLMs. Got to be real. I started doing MLMs. You know, it started with the Herbalife shit. Was doing, what else was it? Was doing insurance. Doing the insurance shit. Going out. I'm talking about literally out this bitch in Walmart talking to different families and shit. Hey, excuse me. I noticed you know you're doing this, that, the little walking them to them. Hey, excuse me. Hey, I want to talk to you real quick. My name's Courtnee, Edgar. I wanted to ask you, I see that you guys are in here. I see that you got a family, but have you guys ever considered, or thought about life insurance? Doing all that shit, right? Did that for a little bit. Nothing was really popping up how I wanted to, because why? I was thinking about the money. I was only thinking about the money. I was thinking about seeing the dollar bill because I saw somebody else who was doing doing the Primerica shit, and I see how successful they were. I'm like, oh fuck, they can do it, I can do it too. But I need to see the dollar bills. Boom. Then jumped in. Then after that, was doing my time. Yeah, you just keep taking shots. The only one that matters is the game-winning shot. It facts. So then went into that. Then didn't like doing that shit. So I really wasn't passionate about it. I was just passionate about making the money aspect of it. And then when the money wasn't coming fast enough, I said, damn, bro, this shit ain't coming fast enough. What the fuck is going on? And then boom, pandemic hit. Now, mind you, I still got a job now. I still got a 9 to 5. I'm still working my job. I'm trying to figure out other ways. And I'm still making content about the positive shit and all that. Making the content. Then, fast forward, lost the job during the pandemic. So now I'm in between jobs. So now I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube looking at different people. And this is when I found Kevin Samuels. It's crazy. It's crazy how this shit works. Found Kevin Samuels, and I was listening to his content before when he was just talking to the men. And you know how he was just giving men, you know, advice and telling them straight how it is, what you need to be doing. You need to be working 60 hours, 60, 80 hours a week. And you need to be learning, you need to be leveling up, you need to be figuring out how to focus on your image and all that shit. And I was like, damn, so I got motivated again. And then that's when I came across these real estate people when wholesaling was a thing, was a popping. Everybody was talking about wholesale real estate. So I'm like, oh, what is this wholesale shit? They would say, well, you know, you don't need to have a license to do it. This is how you do it. So I went into a rabbit hole. Went into this whole rabbit hole, learning how to do wholesale. You know, I was learning from not Tony the Closer, but it was one of his good friends. Damn, I can't think of it. He had a mohawk, black dude, Maxwell. I think like something Maxwell. Was watching a lot of his content. And I'm just like, man, I said, damn, he just calling people, driving past houses, tracking their numbers, calling them, seeing if they want to sell their houses. Was doing that. Didn't make much money off of it. And so then I started to partner with another guy who he just told me to do what did you call that shit? When people die, when people pass away, what do you call it? What do you call when people pass away? I can't think of it. But when people pass away, then you call it people who may be the next up to own the house or whatever, the people who may be responsible for the property. You call them, ask them all they want to sell the house, or I get like 8 wholesaling calls a day, calls and texts a day. Then they get on my nerves. I mess with them some days. Yeah. And so, yeah, I was doing it. So I was working. So all I had to do with this guy, he just said, look, make the call. If you make the call and they want to talk about selling the house, just send them my number. Then if we get a sale, I'll send you some money. I was like, all right, bet. Sounds easy enough for me. And so he's like, I'll just send you a list. You just call these people. I said, bet. Cool. I was calling some people. Boom, got some people to talk. I made a little bit of money off of that. All right, bet. But I'm like, damn, this shit ain't conducive. Yeah, the estate sales. Yeah, exactly. And so did that for a while, and I realized it wasn't hitting like I wanted to, because I'm like, all right, I'm in Arizona. You got all these big hitters out. You got all these big hitter dudes out here, bro. If you ain't got the bread, you ain't finna get it. You ain't finna get it. And so then they started talking about these teams and shit like that. I was thinking about getting on the team with the big dogs. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that though, man, because I want to move on my own. I want to move on my own terms. So joined this other guy, did it for a little bit, wasn't nothing popping off. And that's why I just kind of gave it up. I started to lose the passion. I didn't even say passion. I started to lose my interest in wholesaling in itself. Because all I was doing at this point, I was just basically just calling people. We was doing it from home. I was just calling, nothing. So gave it up, and I just started back working again. And then, working. Just started working, and I took a break from doing any other thing for a while. And then that's when I started the funny dad shit. I started doing the funny dad shit. And then that's when this whole thing came about, you know, saw Anton and, you know, my homie at the same time, like, hey, bro, you should just start doing your YouTube shit. And here we are today. Now we're doing it. So I've done a lot of different things that I started and I quit it. And this right here, and I, like I said, I even started with the YouTube shit. I mean, the Instagram shit. And I even done a couple of YouTube channels before this. That's crazy. I got some other channels too that I've already done, that I already started, but it was motivational shit. But I'm like, how the fuck I'm gonna be motivational when I ain't even got the motivation? I ain't got the motivation to do it. So here we are today, bro. Here we are today, making moves at 1,000 subscribers. Never listen, bro. 1,000 subscribers, that shit hard to get. And some people don't even understand, and a lot of people don't even understand that I never thought I would even get 1,000 subscribers. And this is small compared to niggas who 10K, 20K, 100K, a million. My other channel, I don't even think I got 25 subscribers on that shit. But I made a pact to myself though doing this shit. I said, listen, this time I'm gonna see it through. All the way through. All the fucking way through. I'm talking about as we continue to get better, as we continue to grow, we're gonna continue to keep adding on days, because eventually we're gonna be doing 5 days a week. But that's gonna come in due time. But this is good right now. So we're gonna see this shit through. We only 2 years in. Most people won't even withstand 3 years. We in this shit for the long term. We in this shit for the long haul, bro. I'm telling you. So my bad for that long one, but had to.
Go, no, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna build this and I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna meet, I'm gonna present, I have an idea, I'm gonna pitch it. Like you're now a much better machine because you understand. Money is no longer the thing that you think it was when you get to it. But getting to it, to get that understanding, you lose the pack. You lose the pack because the pack is like, I want it here. And because it didn't show up here, I got to go figure out a new thing to do that's going to give it to me here. And they got to recycle, like...
They lose focus.
Yes, you're never completing anything. You never finish nothing.
Yep.
So the thing that you think you're focusing on, you keep quitting to start something else that you think is the idea, and it's just a cycle. It's a cycle.
Don't you notice that people come up to... I notice this a lot with young entrepreneurs, especially those that aren't having success. They start one thing. When they come and tell you what they do, they tell you 17 things. 17. None of them have ever worked, but they say 17 things. Mm-hmm. And they think that doing more things is increasing the probability of success.
1,000%. Where it's the opposite. It's the opposite. It's the thing that you actually thought of that you are going to put 100% of your mind and focus into to complete. And then after that, you're able to pick it apart and take the good, the bad, the whatever, and either restart that thing again to improve it or make a decision to do something else, but you finished. I made the choice that stand-up comedy was what I was going to finish. I made a choice that becoming a good comic and a good headliner, if I focused and did it well, that would open up the doors for me to do everything else that I want to do. If I don't have that, how do I expect to get in?
I was speaking to Evan at Snapchat and he was talking about T-shaped people. So you have like a broad understanding of a lot of things, but then you're like really deep on one particular thing. And that one particular thing is almost, I guess you could see it as like screw that gets you into the industries. So for me, mine would have originally been marketing, but I was able to use that like deep expertise to then launch this media business because it's still the same game of marketing that I did for 15 years. I was able to go into like the stock market because they really needed to understand marketing. And it was that deep expertise in one thing that was my leverage in all of these really interesting rooms. And it's kind of what you were saying at the start. Like you had this deep expertise, this deep IP experience value that allowed you to like break in as an investor and then to production and all these other areas.
I mean, the value for me, it was self, but the value of self and understanding of how to truly control and operate that and navigate that correctly. That's a world of its own.
Yep.
So the bigger that the star gets, the brighter that the star shines.
Yep.
If you are paying attention, it's only positioning you to go in places where people say, oh my God, I know you. And where you can shake a hand, but the interest of just knowing you because of the place from the star, it allows a moment for the conversation of, so what is it that you do? Oh my God, like that's so cool. I would love to learn more about that. And what you'll find is that the resources of opportunity over there are endless. Oh my God, are you serious? We would love to partner with you in something like this. I mean,
I'm sorry, bro, because dog, I'm sorry for stopping it. This is I'm real shit. I know celebrity shit. I know a lot of y'all want to take the shit with a grain of salt, but this is real shit. I'll give y'all an example. I'm glad we're talking about this now because you're looking at somebody who's starting from scratch, somebody who's starting from nothing, right? This is who you see. You seeing somebody who's I think I'm at 1,500 subscribers now. 1,500 subscribers now, right? So looking at that, I'm a nobody right now. In my head, I'm a somebody, of course. You know what I'm saying? I'm already confident enough. That's why I say one of the dopest shows on YouTube. That's why I always say it at the beginning, because it is one of the dopest shows on YouTube, right? But the fact of the matter is, it's me, bro. And so putting myself, put your experience in it and make it yours back. I'm putting myself in a position. So when I go out, and this is why it don't make me cringe, but it makes me laugh. When people say, oh, you just a YouTuber. Motherfucker, can you do it? Because people think that you just get on here and then next thing you know, you just turn on the camera and then that's it. It's work. This shit takes work, bro. It takes work behind the scenes the shit that people don't see. So yeah, do I take offense to it when people say, yeah, bro, you just YouTube? Yeah, you're right. I am just YouTuber. And guess what? That YouTube, this brand, the Courtnee Edgar brand, is gonna have endless opportunities too. This shit is gonna create other opportunities for other people too. It's gonna create other avenues. It's gonna create spaces that I may not have never even known that was there. Based off of people that see me. I'm only at 1,500 subscribers, and I see people out in the street now that tell me that they see my content. And I'm like, nigga, I don't even got your number. How the fuck you see my content? So that let me know, and even with the shit with Fatty, when he called me out, like, oh, Courtnee, if you got such strong opinions, why don't you come over here? Like, bro, I know you're watching. And I'm only at 1,500 subscribers. So just imagine when I'm at 50,000, when I'm at 100,000, when I'm at 500,000, when I'm at 1 million. You've been watching this whole time. And so you're getting it from a person that's starting it from zero. A person that's starting from zero. That's where you're getting it from. You're getting it from me. You're seeing it in real time. That's what you're seeing. And so when I get to 500K, I'm like, yeah, bro, I've been rocking with C since he was at the 1,000 subscribers, bro. When he only had 5 to 10 people in his shit. And then next thing you know, when I'm at 500K, now I got thousands of people sitting up here watching me every night. Come on, fam.
In this space, are you talking about mental health, wellness? Listen, strong voices and confident voices or inspiring voices. There could be a lot for us in what we do here. Hey, maybe there's a partnership that we can form. Oh my God, man, back to school. Kids, I love kids. I'm thinking about doing more. Like, here's something where I think I can have a very, very good cadence and a very good energy towards getting kids hype about school education because it's not something that I took serious. How do I help?
Where did you learn? So when I look at this graph here, I see this sort of moment where things go up and to the right very quickly, where you start to get into entrepreneurship. But at this moment that comes before it, you didn't know this stuff. So at some point you acquired information. So for the people that are listening now that are thinking like, how did Kevin go from a kid that was in this rough area, dad wasn't around much, his mom was raising him, to a guy that knows all this stuff?
Mm-hmm. You get there now by being a sponge and not being afraid to ask questions. I'm very secure in myself and being the dummy in the room. I'm extremely secure in saying I don't know what that means.
And this goes to the question that this goes to the thing that D'Angelo said. That's the thing, Court. These people have problems asking questions. That's a fact. People have a problem with asking questions. This is why it's always important to be a sponge, to be a fly on the wall. Be the dumbest person in the room. It's okay. You said true cancer vibes? Nah, man. Be the dumbest person in the room. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Bro, do y'all not understand how crazy it is, how many people I hit up on a regular basis that are doing numbers in the YouTube channel? I'm trying to figure out new ways. Like, hey, bro, how are you doing this? What is it that you're doing? How in the hell are you getting your sponsors? I see you getting crazy sponsors. What are you doing? What are you saying? How are you positioning yourself? How can I position myself? What is it that you're doing? What is you saying? What are you wearing? What is it? I'm asking questions, bro. Okay, so and mind you, like I always say, I'm taking plays out of other people's book because I see the success, and also I see myself doing it. If I don't think that it's conducive to what I got going on, I'm not gonna do it. But I'm like, this may be a good play right here. So let me see how they're implementing it, how they're doing it. Okay, so they're doing it like this. All right, bet. So it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to ask questions, bro. Be the dumbest person in the room. Because the one that's asking all the questions is gonna be the person that's gonna have not only the information, but that's gonna be the person that's gonna build the infrastructure. That's gonna be the person that's gonna have all the dough, while all the smart and the geek ones are gonna be the ones that's gonna be working for you. Facts. Getting people that have expertise in certain places. That's why I put in the even in the Discord with Anton Dance. That's why I put in there like, hey, I'm looking for sponsors. I'm looking for sponsor outreach experts. I may not be the expert in it, but there may be somebody who is. And so now we can work together. And I figure out like, hey, so what is it? How in the hell can I reach? How in the hell can I do this, that, and the third to get these sponsors, to see the value in the Courtnee Edgar show? How do I need to position myself? What do I need to say? Do I need to reach out to them on this platform? Do I not need to reach out to them on this platform? How should I verse it in the email? Like, what should I do? And so that way I can position them and really get them to understand the true value. Don't just look at the subscriber count, but look at the views, look at the trending upwards. So looking at this from a long-term perspective, just instead of a short-term perspective, looking at all this shit encompassing.
Explain that.
Give me an example of a context where
I can give you several. Like venture and investing. I was a firm believer that nobody's stealing my money. I'm giving you nothing. Yeah, you gonna go and put it where? Yeah, no, my money gonna stay right here under my bed. I'm not doing that. So you want me to give you money, and you telling me you gonna take that money, and then that money is gonna turn into what? Yeah. Okay. Go.
So I'll stop it right there. Yeah, shout out to Kevin Hart, bro. Real talk, bro. Like I admired the dude's work ethic, bro. Like I said, he's funny as shit. One of my favorite comedians of all time. Outside of Bernie Mac, Eddie Murphy, those cats. And those, yes. But the work ethic, head down, grind, continue to keep showing up, continue to implement, perfect the craft. And so I know a lot of people say perfect the craft. What does that look like? What the fuck does that mean? So perfecting the craft and building your craft up is understanding, doing the research, understanding what you're doing, but also looking at people, because here's the thing, don't reinvent the wheel. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Look at the people that have already set the blueprint and the foundation for you. All you have to do is recreate it to make it your own, right? So I don't have a problem. If anything, it's more of a compliment to him than anything. So I've copied the blueprint in regards to how Anton Daniels does his shows, how he does his live streams and what he does. I've implemented that. And then I've taken some things from other people, other content creators as well. And I'm implementing it into Courtnee Edgar. So therefore, you may look at it as like, damn, Courtnee Edgar built his own shit. In regards to like, damn, he just created this shit. No, I didn't reinvent the wheel. I just followed the blueprint and I just put my own spin on it. I put my own spin on it. Because what's one of my biggest things? I talk about sports too. A lot of people, they may just talk about a whole bunch of relationships and dating, controversial shit, but I also talk about sports. Then I talk about shit like this, positive shit, like with the Kevin Hart shit. Some people don't do that. They only talk about the controversial shit. So I add my spin into it. Then I bring my life experiences into it because I have experienced things too. So I can see things from a sports perspective. I can see things from a military perspective. I can see things from a relationship and dating perspective. I can see things from a black man perspective. I can see things from a going to a private school perspective. I can look at things from a public school perspective because I went to public school too. I can look at things from a 2-parent household perspective. I can look at things from a different perspective. And so I bring my own spin into it. And so that's what it means. Like, hey, bro, just don't reinvent the wheel. And so as you grow, you learn new things. You learn what not to do, what you can do, how you can implement this into your shit, how to make the channel better. You know, think about the visuals, the thing behind you. Okay, add some more light into your shit so people can see your face because you are the brand. You're the one that's talking. You don't want your shit looking all dark. Or when it comes to packaging your YouTube channel, the title, thumbnail, description, tags, all that shit that goes on before you actually post the video, all of that shit. So you learning different things and you learning to get better. So that way your shit can eventually become perfect. And everybody gonna try to follow that. And then guess what? You put out the foundation, you put out the blueprint. It's like, listen, I'm following the same blueprint that everybody else followed. I'm doing the same exact thing that all the other successful people doing. And I just followed it and I just put my own spin to it. I added a little flavor to it. Simple as that. Now that you're doing that, but you just have to work. Be consistent. Be consistent. If you post one day, if you got to post 1 day a week, post 1 day a week, show the fuck up. If you can commit to 1 day a week, show the fuck up. If you can do it 2 days a week, show the fuck up. Don't be on this inconsistent shit. Don't like, well, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post today. Well, I'm gonna go live today, but then I'm probably gonna wait about 2 weeks before I go live again. No, pick a day that you know you're gonna be consistent on. Pick that shit and then elevate from there. I started with just going live on Saturdays. Literally, that's how I started. I said, I'm just gonna do it. Went from going live on Saturday mornings. I started doing live streams on Saturday mornings. Real talk. Saturday mornings. I remember I would wake up at about 6 or 7, do live streams in the morning, do a live stream in the morning. Then I was like, all right. Is that really conducive? Because I can go live, but then I gotta wake up early to do this shit. I don't know. Because I don't know what's going on, what we got going on for the day. So I was like, you know what? Let's try the nighttime. After I've done everything throughout the day, now I can really just focus on the live stream. Boom, that's what I started doing. So I started being consistent with the Saturdays. Started doing Saturdays. Just Saturdays. I'm like, I think I need to add another day. So I added Tuesday. So now it was just Tuesday. It was just, all right, I'm going live on Saturday and Tuesday. Saturday and Tuesday. So that was Saturday by myself and then Tuesday with Bantam Barter, right? And I was like, I'm only doing one day though. I'm only doing one day with the Courtnee Edgar show. They need to see more of me. And mind you, I was just doing live streams. I wasn't even posting my videos every day. I picked certain days to post. I would clip them up and I would post on different. I would post maybe like on a Tuesday and a Thursday, but I stayed consistent with it. But I was like, you know what? I'm making all these different. I'm doing all these different topics. Why not post every single day to get more visibility so more people can see me? So guess what I started doing? I started clipping them up. I made enough videos that can get me through the week. And I would clip them hoes up and I would post it every single day. Didn't matter what time, but I just post them every single day. And then that's when I added Wednesdays, like today. I started adding Wednesdays. So now I'm showing up every single day. So the Saturdays, the Wednesdays, Tuesdays, I'm showing up consistently. I'm not missing the days, but I'm posting every single day as well. I'm clipping videos up and I post them every single day. And I'm ramping up over time. So eventually I'm going to go from 3 days to 4 days of live streaming. Then after 4 days, I'm going to go to 5 days of live streaming. You see what I'm saying? And then eventually it may be 6 days a week because I'm already doing it on Saturday. So it may go from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Depending on how everything is, I may take a day away. We don't know. But that's the point. Being consistent with this shit. Scaling over time. That's how businesses grow. You scale over time. You don't scale exponentially. You scale over time. And that's one of the things I did learn from all of the things that I've tried, from the MLMs to the insurance to the owning my own pressure washer. And I forgot to mention that I started my own pressure washing business too. I started my own pressure washing business. Got the LLC. I was doing properties. What's up, Courtney? Doing properties and shit. I was doing shopping centers and all of that shit. But then again, that's when I had the one-on-one call with Anton. He was like, listen, bro, how much time do you have to work on your business? I'm like, just the weekend. Okay, well, how much time do you have to work on your YouTube? Shit, damn near every day. So based off of that, what do you think that you should work on? Sounds like my YouTube. He was like, because what's it gonna do? You just gonna be stuck to doing weekend shit? You ain't making no money for yourself. How much you making off of that? Shit, probably $200 a driveway. Then having to reinvest it back again. So I'm really not making crazy money. But I can do this and become more visible. It may take a little longer, but I become more visible. And the reward is going to be exponentially higher than what it would be if I was just doing my pressure washing business. So now that's why we started the Courtnee. That's why we starting the Edgar Media. Because there's so many different things on the back end that I'm going to be able to do many more opportunities. Because we're not even talking about sponsorships. We're just talking about other things that I'm going to be able to open up. But then you're going to be talking about sponsorships too. Because I'm the brand. Y'all, listen, bro. Y'all better buckle the fuck in, bro. If you rocking with me right now, you better buckle your fucking seatbelt because we are going on a fucking journey. We are going on a fucking journey. What's up, Courtnee? Courtney, why don't you come over here to the YouTube channel? Come kick it over here in the YouTube channel. All right, so yeah, man. So I like this type of shit. This is the type of shit I do love because I do have that. I still love that motivational spirit. I still do have it because now I found the thing that I love to fucking do. I enjoy it. I truly do. I enjoy this shit. I do. Regardless of what people say, regardless of the people that, oh man, you need to stop this shit, man. Fuck you. Because you can't do it. I don't wear seatbelts. I'm going to risk it. Hit the gas, man. Say less. Hey, say less. Hit the gas. We on the way. Hey, we on the way, bro. I love this energy. Okay, Will. Facts. We on the fucking way, bro. I ain't lying to you. All right, so now that we, you know what I'm saying, now that I done gave some inspiration for those of you, for the people who are watching now, and for those of you who will be watching this in the future as well. Before I get into it, I just want to say, find the thing that you enjoy doing. It don't have to be your passion. It don't have to be your passion, because you will find your passion in doing the work. You will find your passion along the way. You will. Find the thing that you truly enjoy doing. But you have to understand, just because you got a passion for it, just because you love it, that don't mean you ain't gonna have to work. That don't mean that, yes, sometimes it's gonna be one of them days like, man, I really don't feel like doing this shit. Or that doesn't mean sometimes it's not gonna be stressful. That doesn't mean that it's not gonna be a learning curve. But you enjoy doing it. You enjoy the learning curve. You enjoy learning new shit. You enjoy the aspect of you getting to do the thing that you enjoy the most. Because I can tell you now, outside of when it wasn't basketball, now that it's not basketball anymore, this is it. This is the new basketball for me. This is the new basketball for me. This is it. So what I'm doing, I'm taking that energy that I didn't do in basketball. I'm taking that energy that I should have put in basketball, and I'm putting it into this channel. So when y'all see you, when y'all be tapping into the Patreon, when y'all linked up in the Patreon, and then we start doing meetups and shit, I'm telling you, y'all aren't gonna understand the excitement that I'm gonna have when I have my first meetup. The type of excitement, how excited, how it's gonna be phenomenal, bro. It's gonna be phenomenal.